There is a place on this planet that human beings have explored less thoroughly than the surface of the moon. It covers more than 70% of the Earth's surface. It contains more than 97% of the Earth's living space. And in its deepest regions, in the crushing, lightless, freezing darkness of the ocean's abyssal zones, conditions exist that are so extreme, so hostile to life, that we have sent unmanned vehicles into those depths fewer times than we have launched rockets into space. The deep ocean is not simply unexplored. It is, in the most literal and precise sense of the word, alien, a world operating under different rules, different pressures, and different biological principles than anything that exists on the sunlit surface of this planet. And in that darkness, where no sunlight has ever penetrated, things have been evolving, hunting, and growing to sizes we consistently fail to anticipate. Some of them are still alive today, drifting through the deep ocean in a darkness so complete they have never once seen the sun. Some are gone, extinct, vanished from the living world, known to us only through fossils and fragments so strange they rewrote marine science. This is the story of 5 of them. And before we are finished, you will never look at the ocean the same way again. Segment 1. The ocean we think we know. Before we descend, we need to dismantle an assumption. The assumption that we understand the ocean. That assumption is wrong. It is fundamentally, comprehensively, and in some cases, spectacularly wrong. It is estimated that 70 to 80% of all species living in the deep ocean have not yet been discovered or named by science. The deep ocean is not a barren desert. It is a world of extraordinary biological diversity shaped by conditions that look like pure imagination. Segment 2, Creature 1. Helicoprion, the buzzsaw shark. This creature comes to us from deep time, roughly 270 million years ago. It was a shark. Or rather, it occupied the role of a shark, an apex predator that hunted with ferocity and efficiency. But it was not like any shark that has ever lived. And the reason it has haunted nightmares since its discovery is its teeth. Helicoprion did not shed its teeth. Instead, it kept every tooth, which pushed back and inward, coiling on themselves in a tight spiral. It was a dense, tightly wound whirl of serrated cutting edges, capable of slicing through prey with a mechanical efficiency unlike any other predator. The answer, when it finally came through CT scanning, was more extraordinary than predicted. The whirl sat entirely in the lower jaw. As the animal closed its mouth, the whirl rotated, functioning precisely like the buzzsaw its appearance suggested, drawing prey inward. Cliffhanger end of Part 1. Helicoprion is 1. In Part 2, we go deeper, further back in time and further into the modern ocean's darkness. We will meet the largest predator that has ever lived, and a creature so ancient it survived every mass extinction this planet has produced. It is still out there right now in water so deep no human being has seen it alive. Don't miss the next chapter of The Abyss. There is a moment in the history of the ocean, roughly 12 to 13 million years ago, in the warm, shallow seas of Peru, when the undisputed ruler was not a shark, but a whale. Not the gentle filter-feeding giants we think of today. This was something different, combining the dimensions of a sperm whale with enormous functional teeth adapted for active pursuit and killing. In 2008, a 4-meter-long skull was pulled from the Peruvian desert, the largest of any predatory animal ever found. They named it Leviathan Melville, after the biblical sea monster and Herman Melville, the author of Moby Dick, Leviathan was approximately 17 meters long, with teeth reaching 30 centimeters, thick enough to subdue prey the size of modern large whales. It did not filter. It did not graze. It pursued other whales through the warm Miocene seas with speed and predatory intelligence. Marks on fossilized bones showed deep, parallel gouges, the signature of an animal that consumed its prey with absolute thoroughness. Segment 2. The giant isopod. Some disturbing things are defined not by size, but by an almost incomprehensible resilience. The giant isopod is a crustacean related to woodlice, but scaled up to dimensions that make the comparison feel offensive. Living at depths of up to 2,500 meters, its metabolism operates at a pace that makes the slowest land animal look frenetic. In one documented case, a giant isopod refused all food for 5 years and 2 months before it died. A feat of biological endurance. Its design has not changed in 300 million years. It was crawling across the seafloor before the dinosaurs or the first forests. Segment 3. Megalodon. No creature has captured the human imagination more completely than the largest shark that ever lived. Megalodon was not simply a large great white shark. It was a fundamentally different animal with a different body plan and lineage. Estimates place its length between 15 and 20 meters, with a jaw wide enough to swallow 2 adult human beings standing side by side. It targeted high-calorie body parts of large whales, implying a level of hunting intelligence and strategy beyond typical sharks. It went extinct 3.5 million years ago as global cooling reduced its warm, shallow habitats. Its disappearance created an ecological vacancy so enormous that the modern ocean has never fully filled it. Leviathan, the giant isopod, and Megalodon. 3 creatures that redefine the boundaries of what we thought was possible. In Part 3, we meet the final 2, and they were discovered alive in depths we thought we had mapped. For as long as human beings have sailed the ocean, sailors have come back with stories. Stories of tentacles as thick as a man's body rising from the water without warning. Stories of ships being dragged under by something vast and cold and many armed rising from below. For centuries, these stories were filed under the same heading as mermaids and sea serpents, the category of myth. In September 2004, a team of Japanese scientists captured the first photographs ever taken of a living giant squid in its natural habitat. Architeuthis dux, the giant squid, is real, and it is enormous. It lives beyond our reach in the deep ocean. It has eyes the size of dinner plates, the largest eyes of any animal alive on Earth today. The suction cups that line its tentacles are ringed with sharp, tooth-like serrations, hooks of chitin that grip prey. The sperm whale is the giant squid's primary predator, and the relationship between the two is one of the great dramas. Segment 2. The frilled shark. A living message from the ancient ocean. It is a living fossil. Its teeth, 300 of them, are trident-shaped, each one a 3-pronged hook designed to snag prey. Its 6 pairs of frilled gill slits are a feature so primitive they run along its throat like an Elizabethan collar. The giant squid was a myth until 2004. The frilled shark was unknown until 1884. We are wrong about the deep. In the 95% of the deep ocean floor that remains completely unexplored, there are things we have not found. Deep sea researchers describe a sense of being observed by things that have lived in this darkness for far longer than humans. We came from the ocean. It is the oldest home our lineage has ever had. Yet we know less about it than Mars. The ocean is not finished surprising us. The darkness down there is not empty. It never has been.